here. I'm glad to introduce somebody. I didn't realize how long we've known each other until I was reading through the program. In there it says Miss Anna's been here. And I call her Miss Anna. It's not because I'm from the South. I call everybody Miss. I call Miss Anna Miss Anna. That's right. And my first name is Redeem. There's that in there 23 years. I don't know if many of y'all know that. Some of you know this, some of you do. When I first met Miss Anna, I was a graduate assistant in the college of business working in Joe Miller's office. And lo and behold, I think I was here for just 5 days. But Miss Anna came on board to work with this, I don't even think it was a PC, because I had to install the first Mac computer on this campus. I think back in well, fast forward to now, we have Miss Anna, who's an instructor in management business administration. In fact, I believe I was department head who identified you.
Yes, you invited me.
Right, and so I knew I had a winner there. In fact, you know, deans sometimes get accused of planning spies in classes on their faculty. So I didn't really do that. You know, I didn't do it with intent, but I have had some of my sister-in-laws and other relatives have your class, and they, without an exception, always talk about Miss Anna in their class. And I think I've told you that, but I mean that's a pretty strong message about the quality of what Miss Anna does in her class. You know, sometimes, and you'll find this every once in a while, and it doesn't happen a whole lot, but someone will have a certain strength. You know, that's a part of their DNA or a part of the fabric of who they are. And they'll have a real passion for something a certain way. And opportunities will kind of emerge or fall into your lap that kind of bring it all together. And where you have somebody who has, you know, the passion for something, and really it's just what they're doing is a part of who they are. They're going to do very, very well. And Miss Anna has been giving etiquette type seminars and professional and executive presence type seminars for 10 years, maybe. And she's doing quite a bit these days. And I think it's appropriate because Miss Anna, you know, part of etiquette and the things that she speaks on has to do with respect, has to do with courtesy, and all those other things when you think of professionalism. And well, that's who Miss Anna is. So she does a very good job. And I will tell you that she is very, very steady. Those of you from the College of Business know that. If there's one person who never wavers in the college, it's Miss Anna. She is as consistent and as uplifting a person as you will ever find all the time. And it's always sometimes I go out of my way to make sure I go by Miss Anna's pep talk. I don't eat with her though because since I have so little class, I think we have a lot of class. In fact, I was sitting here going, okay, am I using the right board? Should I stand up, sit down? Also, she takes a lot of relief from me, which I appreciate. So I'm not going to butt into any more of your time, but Miss Anna, we're very proud of you, and you have done a lot, and I know that you're going to continue to do this, and your audience is going to continue to grow moving forward. So, and we appreciate being here today to hear some advice, and maybe in my case, give us a little class.
Thank you. It is a joy to be here with you this afternoon. I've been looking forward to it ever since Dr. Bird invited me. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm here to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart. And the reason it is near and dear to my heart is that I know that it will give you competitive advantage, so to speak, in business. It will help to set you and your students apart in a very positive way. As a matter of fact, very few people have this quality that I'm about to talk with you about. And you might think, why don't more people have it? Well, there are two things that you have to be able to do in order to have what we call professional presence, this intangible quality that sets you apart. First of all, you have to know what to do, and I'm about to show you in a very short time some practical tips that you can start using that will really increase your personal and professional effectiveness. The second thing you have to do is where most people kind of drop by the wayside, but I know that you do. The second thing you have to do is practice. Just like everything that we learn how to do when you think about it in life, you practice. If you will commit to practicing the things that I'm about to show you, you will find, I am sure, that in a couple of months, you will start getting more positive reactions from people. And you'll start thinking, why am I being approached by more people? And why am I more approachable? Why? And do people seem to react more warmly to me and so forth? And why do the things that I say seem to have more impact on people? That's why. What's the most important part of us? The inside or the outside? The inside, of course. So why do we spend a lot of time thinking about dressing for success, about which fork we're using at the table, about our posture, how we shake hands, all those things? Well, the reason, as I tell my students, and I hope you'll tell your students too, the reason we think about the outside, when it's not the most important part, is that we react through our actions to other people so that the other people form a rather lasting impression of us within the first 20 seconds that they see us for the first time. Now, is that fair? Not really, but you know what? We can't change human nature. So I tell my students, there's no use in fighting that. You might as well work with it. Within the first 20 seconds, people get a sense of how much in control you are of your emotions, of the services that you provide. They get it by looking at you, because that's what they can see right away. So, this is the phrase you need to remember. You want to be relaxed while in control. That's the key to having this intangible quality called professional presence that sets you apart. Now, you want them to think that you're in control in order to help them deal with their finances, their business, their language, or whatever you're teaching or showing. And the only way they get that sense is by looking at you first. Now, if you'll think about it, think about people you see sometimes walking down the hall, or take a look this weekend, people walking down the street or the sidewalk. Sometimes you see people who are in a hurry, and they're walking just like this. It's just like somebody's pulling their head with a rope. They're in a big old hurry. Well, now they're not in control of the body. That's how I got over here. You can hurry just as quickly while keeping control of your body, and it conveys a positive message. So today, as we talk about rules of etiquette, so to speak, we're talking about something that's a whole lot more than that. It embraces a lot more. And I say I talk about business etiquette, but really I'm talking about professional presence. That encompasses the whole area and much more adequately. I made some slides for you, and this will kind of guide us through. I hope it will help you remember a few things. The way I make the slides for my students is to put mainly images and not very many words at all, because that's what's the most memorable, and these just tend to support what we're talking about. Okay.